Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for mid-April right through to mid-May 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay, let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Before I even start though, I'm seeing a well in the water with a pump. I'm actually scrying as I do your reading, and I can see a well with a pump. So this can indicate that some of you are digging a little bit deeper in your career. Perhaps you are trying to find resources to help you in some way. I mean, it could be a wishing well for all I know. I'm just seeing what I can see in the water. So I'm not really sure. I mean, the pump aspect, it can indicate that you're digging for something like a certain resource that's going to be very valuable. So that could be like oil, gas, water. I mean, this could be that it's connected to acquisitions, for example. But I feel more than anything, a lot of you feel drained, and perhaps, you know, the next coming weeks, there's a lot on, and you may have to dig a little bit deeper. Some of you may even also be thinking about your sense of purpose in your career right now. So, yeah, I do see water in that well. Okay, so the well is not dry. I want you to be aware of that. But I'm going to move away from that energy because I'm not really sure how else to decode the image. I do have to mention it because the water energy will be stagnant if I don't mention what I see. So let us get to your cards. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know regarding their career sector and their money situation? Can you please highlight to them what they need to be aware of at this time? Please show them the way. Well, I can definitely see here that you have a lot on your mind. Oh, we got a lot of precious metals. Interesting. We've got lots of jewels there. So this can indicate that whatever it is that you're doing is hard to shape, but it will be valuable long term. I mean, your first card there is a sapphire. So that's all about your mental force. You have a lot of great ideas. I feel like you are making wise judgments at this time. And I feel like you really are a power and strength. I do see an energy here that you just want to see the value in what you're doing in your industry, making an impact there. And I do see some sort of divine intervention occurring where you're going to expand on opportunities there to expand your reach or even your finances. I mean, a lot of you, because we have a baby there as well, so it could be some of you either are going on maternity leave and you need some time to prepare for that, or it could be that you've just come back from maternity leave or even paternity leave and, you know, you're just re-entering the workforce. So it can be that, I mean, we've got a 10 of Swords here and the Chariot card, so it can be that, you know, you're either re-entering the workforce or you are like taking a pause in order to have a child, for example. Some of you, because there is definitely some sort of new start here. And it could be in the works. You may not even be aware of it at this time. This could be a new idea that you're going to launch. Could be a new department that you're going to move into. Or perhaps you're putting your resume out there to find new opportunities. Because the baby literally represents a new start. Or the beginning of something. The birthing of an idea. Or an endeavor. Could even be the launch of a new business. And I can see it's going to be very, very valuable. You have a lot of knowledge, a lot of smarts and talent. And I do see that it's going to be something that brings a lot of success because your outcome energy is the Chariot right there. We have the Hangman And we have the Devil card. Okay, so what am I seeing here? I definitely see here that you're leading with your passions. You're someone who is driven, instinctive, ambitious, but it's not just all about the money. You need to have a sense of value and purpose in your career sector or whatever it is that you do before you even like get involved in it. And I feel like you're deeply involved in it. I do want to address those who have come to this reading and currently are out of a job or looking for a new role, because the Ten of Swords can indicate some of you either were made redundant or something abruptly came to an end. Could be a contract. Some of you could have been covering a maternity leave, or you could have been covering a position or taking some sort of freelance work and the role has come to the end of its term. Ten of Swords indicates something ended, okay, and the Hangman can indicate a little bit of a wait, but I feel, you know, there is an opportunity coming on here that you would love. The Chariot card indicates moving forward. I do see a more fast-paced environment for you. I'm actually going to pull one more card because the Three of Wands indicates there's lots of opportunities coming on in, but the Hangman with the Chariot and the Devil card, I would say don't rush in and take the first opportunity that's offered to you, because there may be a toxic environment attached to it, or there may be something you really need to look into in terms of the contract. So let me just pull one more card regarding that. I do see a role coming on in. There's definitely a new beginning here. Six of Wands. Yeah, Six of Wands is a card of celebration. It's a card of basically having the confidence to really choose the right role for you and not just settle for second best. You know, you are a gift. You are valuable. That's why it's really important that you got these two cards either side, because this is your protagonist energy. Okay, that's the Sapphire. And then, of course, we got the Emerald as the outcome energy. So you are connecting to something that values your worth. Okay, it's number one for a reason. I mean, when I put them together, it's 11, which is a soul path number. So I definitely see here that there's an opportunity coming on in here for you that values what you have to offer. You know, all the skill set that you're offering a role, it is going to be reflected back to you in the rewards. So I see you being very successful in something. You're the perfect person for the job. Six of Wands indicates you're influencing a circumstance, or you have a lot of influence in the decision that you make. And the Chariot card is often like a decision. Do I take a left? Do I take a right? I would say with that Devil card energy that you're going to take the one that you're passionate about, but I feel, you know, it's time to be a little bit mindful when something is being offered to you that seems too good to be true, or, you know, it is giving so much money for the role and you may be wondering why. It could be a role where there is a high turnover of people, so it could be like really temporary because there's a person who's very toxic or, you know, hard to deal with. So I feel this is about examining the options that are available to you and, you know, picking the one where you have the most opportunity for growth, of course, as well as finances. But I do see a role coming on in. Six of Wands is great news. It is an opportunity to step into some sort of position where you really shine and grow in your industry, okay? And I feel like you overcome an obstacle. Have confidence in yourself. A lot of you are going to be recognized for your achievements, and it could be a leadership role that comes in there that has more status and gives you an opportunity to increase your wealth, but also increase, you know, in the company. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur and you're just like dealing with a very challenging market right now, I see a lot of you implementing a new idea that really like has everybody talking or goes viral. If it's online, for example, I see here people would pay top dollar for your services or whatever it is that you offer. So I do see here with the Devil card is like, don't be greedy, okay? I don't ever imagine my beautiful Cancerians would be greedy, but the Devil card can be, you know, you're just a little bit mindful of overpricing your work. Don't undervalue your work, okay? It's important to recognize that the price is the price. So if you feel that is what you want for the thing that you're selling or the talent that you have, stick to your price, of course. But I would say that if you overprice or a little bit cheeky, because some people are, right? It's just because with the Chariot card and the Devil card, it can highlight that, you know, people will go elsewhere if you're not authentic, if you're not like, you know, offering something that is balanced and fair for what it is. And I feel like you are someone who would price yourself fairly. In fact, most of the time, I feel like you undersell yourself. So it could be that you're readdressing the way you price your talent or what you ask for in your industry, no matter what industry you work in, okay? So let's get to the cards, because that's the main energy that's been hitting me. You got the Sapphire there, so a lot on your to-do list, a lot on your mind, a lot of thinking going on. This is about you getting really clear on what it is that you want and what you value in your working environment, because this is your protagonist energy. I see some of you promoting yourself a little bit more, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're a creative who is independent, maybe even a freelancer. This is about you speaking about your talents and not being afraid to allow yourself to shine. It says here, precious and valued. Okay, favored. So I do see that, you know, if you're going for an interview for something, you're definitely being favored over others. If you're up for a promotion, I mean, there's some really good news here. If you're in a company feel where you could have a promotion vibe there, I definitely see some sort of opportunity to elevate, or you win the day on something, or you are winning an award, or you're like in a position where you may influence. I do get an energy as well. If you're an entrepreneur or you are an independent worker, this could be that you get a new client or you get new people interested in whatever it is that you offer, and word of mouth actually has people returning to your service or your goods, and things start to expand, okay? Now, the Three of Wands is all about expansion. That's why I'm getting that in this reading. But this is your protagonist energy. So a lot of you are very successful already. You've accomplished quite a lot, but you're in a visionary stage where you're planning the next steps. You know, this is a card that highlights your dreams become a reality, that you're on the right path. Some of you may have even been asking yourself, are you on the right path? What's the next step? You know, this is a card of reevaluating, taking stock. So on a personal level, some of you could literally be taking stock of your finances. You know, you could be doing a stock take of life, as it were, looking at all your accounts, what you got in them, correlating them, moving money around, for example. Some of you, if you sell products, this could be a period where you're actually doing some stock taking. If indeed it is the end of the year in the company that you work for, if you're an entrepreneur, it could be like the end of tax year for you as well, end of a business year. Could be that you're correlating all the information from a previous year in order to do a self-assessment, for example, and now you're like completing that and then you're on to the next. Some of you may actually get a rebate during this period, is what I'm seeing there as well, because I'm seeing like fast returns for you, or some sort of like new knowledge that gives you a new qualification or elevates you in some way. I mean, the trajectory indicates you're being elevated in your career, but I feel like you're putting in the hard work and you're influencing whatever it is that you do. But with that Three of Wands energy, it can be, how do I expand my reach? So if you are someone who is in a specific industry, please apply it to your situation. I'm not really tapping into any particular industry right now, but it can be that, you know, you're trying to build on what you have already. You're holding the fort in some way. I mean, for some of you, it could be that there are some people who are, you know, off, unwell, or you may be covering like a maternity leave, for example, or taking up some new projects or tasks or responsibilities because other people are stepping out of the office. Or perhaps you're someone who is, I'm just being given the words Lone Ranger. So you could be someone who's like a Lone Ranger doing your own independent business, and you're the person who has to do it all. So that Three of Wands can be that you're deciding to outsource to either an accountant or to an assistant or a PA. Okay, so I feel a lot of you, it's about you diversifying, expanding your reach. I mean, some of you may even want to be a little bit more nomadic in your industry, or even like connect to overseas in some way. I mean, it could also be some of you are thinking about where you belong. If you're looking at the country that you actually live in right now, you could be looking at alternative options overseas, because the Three of Wands, the figure is always looking out over the seas, okay? And it normally means that your ships are coming in, that you're aligned, that you're on the right path, and that you're creating a future that you're going to be really proud of, that's very abundant. But wands are all about opportunities, passion, drive, and it's you having the energy and the know-how to follow through on things. But you may be in a period of kind of like pausing in order to reflect on that strategy right now. Being in the right place at the right time is favored for you at this moment in time as well, but you must best, shine your light, and most importantly, these two cards are a card of value. Okay, so Three of Wands is about being confident in your skill set, that you actually can migrate your skills whenever you want into different roles. So I really feel like you'll always be secure, even if you're moving into a different apartment, or if you're like an independent worker or creative, you may be branching out with new ideas. I feel whatever it is that you do, even if it's new, I feel that whoever connects to your work really loves it and wants to connect to it. So I feel like you're in a really great position right now. It may not feel like it. I see a lot of you, you may be feeling exhausted. The Hangman energy, you're in need of a break because it is in the resistance position along with the Ten of Swords, and the baby card. The baby can literally mean, that some of you have just had a child, so you're exhausted, you're tired, but you're still getting up, showing up, trying to keep life running smoothly, do a job. For some of you, it could be that you're trying to have the two coincide together, but also it can be that you're trying to get a new project or a new idea off the ground, and it just feels like a lot right now because you have so many other responsibilities or things going on right now. Don't, berate yourself. You're exactly where you need to be. There are opportunities coming in for you that you may not see right now, but I do feel this energy of expansion. And sometimes if you feel like nothing is happening right now and you're in the same place, that you're on the shore waiting for these opportunities to come in, this pause is often on purpose to help you really get clear on what it is that you want, but also to rest and recharge so that you can be ready for these opportunities when they come in. Now, the Seven of Cups is an awesome card, okay? Ultimately, it basically means that you can use your imagination and manifest whatever it is that you want into your life. You have a lot of creative abilities and you're unleashing those talents and that vision out into the universe. It's an opportunity to dream when you get this card. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Seven of Cups, there's a figure there looking at all the cups. Now, each cup is about fulfillment. It's about opportunities, and it's about instinctively choosing the one that you really want. There's going to be like a victory wreath in one of them. There's jewels in another, and you've got two sets of jewels here. So it's like you making a valuable decision, something that's fulfilling, that is going to hold its wealth and value in your life, something that's sustainable and stable. For some of you, there's a snake in one of the cups on the Seven of Cups, and that can represent transformation, shedding. So it can indicate some of you are like really goal oriented, you're locked on, you're structured, and you're finishing all the tasks that you started, and you're completely on target with all of your goals. But this is a card of feeling fulfilled, okay? Now, what's also interesting about this card, Seven of Cups can indicate that you've got a lot on your plate right now, that things are coming in a mile a minute. Just when you complete one thing, you're on to the next, and you're like, it's a lot. This can make you feel a little bit scattered, so I feel structure is going to work really well for you because you are going to be connecting to a lot of things, multitasking, and, I'm just getting this energy of if you had more hands, to do all this stuff, because I'm getting this energy of like more hands, lighter work. So with that Three of Wands, it can be that either if you're an entrepreneur, you're hiring someone, or, if you're an independent worker, outsourcing something. For some of you, it could be that there is some sort of support network made available to you if you work in a company, for example. It could be that you're training someone because you're about to go on a vacation. Three of Wands, it can be that you are... Sorry, that's the Three of Wands. You are where you are right now, but you're envisaging something new. So it could be that you're dreaming of having a vacation, for example, or it can indicate that whilst you go on a trip abroad or wherever, even a staycation, if you're taking a moment to rest, because there's a lot of like hanging back energy here where you're looking forward to something. It can be that this time away, even if it's a day, even if it's an afternoon, it gives you thinking time to really plot the next part of your career or your journey. I mean, in terms of your finances, I feel like you are influencing your finances right now. Some of you may even be thinking of second streams of income or alternative streams of income in order to line your 401k, pension pot, or your savings plan. I feel like you're locked onto like a financial strategy, and the Chariot card often means that you're keeping a tight rein on your finances at this moment in time. But the Seven of Cups is like you're looking at your options. So you may be starting something new or brainstorming new ideas that in the future are going to yield a lot of money towards you, okay? Because these two cards can be you locking onto a vision and planning for the future. So some of you planning for the future can be that you are diversifying your funds or your portfolio, or it could be that you're pooling your resources to purchase like real estate. So there can be like passive income. Some of you could also have a plan where you've got a savings in a financial institution that has like really higher yields when it comes to interest rates. You may be moving money around at this time, or even shopping around for better financial opportunities of where to house your finances. You could also be thinking about how much to put into your 401k for when you retire, or your pension, for example. And some of you, if you are retired, I feel like there is this energy of you kind of waiting and watching the economy right now, because of course there are some challenges going on there. And I did mention it last year, and even in my yearly predictions, I said it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster this year in terms of the economy. And I even mentioned it will be connected to trade challenges, okay? Because I see this up and down energy, and it will continue to be quite volatile for a bit, but it will stabilize out. So I want you to be aware that, with the Devil card, it can create some sort of anxiety, and you may feel that there's some sort of like interference or foul play going on regarding this right now. But with the Chariot card, I feel there is an energy of kind of like overcoming the obstacle so that things can plateau. And this did actually come up in most readings during this 6 period. I'm actually reading for the next 6 weeks, and each reading that I've done so far, because of course it's very topical at the moment what's going on with all the trade issues, I feel with the 6 of Wands there could be like this huge increase in it happening, later on. I mean, we did see a fluctuation, and I actually recorded 2 readings before it occurred, okay? Because I saw everyone like freaking out, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's going to be like such a huge dip, but there's going to be like a huge spike as well. And I mentioned it in 2 readings, but I didn't get them up on the platform in time for everybody to see that. But I see a little bit more to come. I see a little bit more fluctuation. So, the Chariot card can be like, ride it out. Things are going to be a little bit bumpy, but they will stabilize. It's always great to get financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I can read energy, I can read cards, and I can see certain visions, and that's all I can give you. But always go to someone who is qualified to help you with the next steps of your finances. But I do see here that there will be some sort of like readdress of the balance, okay? Now, this is your protagonist energy, as I mentioned there. So I feel like you're thinking about your financial future, your sense of purpose, your direction. A lot of you, you're locked onto a goal, and the baby, it's in the resistance position. So it can indicate some of you are like so exhausted at this moment in time, you're really in need of a break. And as soon as you take that break, you're going to have new ideas. You're going to be able to brainstorm a little bit more, feel a little bit more motivated, because I do see here that you've been working at capacity. And if you've been noticing any kind of like redundancies or even like cutbacks in your industry, no matter what they are, I definitely see that you've been picking up the slack. So you may have had extra work on your plate, and you've been just, really under it, shall we say. Even if you work for yourself, you may notice that there's more rules, regulations, policies changing, the goalposts are shifting, and you always feel like you're on the treadmill of life. I'm actually being given a song for you all right now. Oh, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. I actually really like the burst of song that I got. It really was intense. It was like, things will only get better, can only get better. It was really like, if it was hammering it home to me, it was really intense and loud of what I just heard. This is a very famous song. It's actually by a band called D-Ream, I think, which is literally dream. Okay, and your 7 of Cups, please look up the meaning of the 7 of Cups, because it is to dream. It is to allow yourself to envisage all the possibilities. You're tapping into the power of possibility right now. So, this is a period to remain flexible, but opportunities are coming your way, and you will have options. Some of you may have even just heard of some sort of news that's come in. If not, I definitely see some sort of news coming in, because I just heard you got mail. You got mail is what it just came in with. By it, I mean like a message from my guide. Suddenly I get hit by like messages or spikes in energy. And there's some sort of message coming on in that you will have to think about, but really envisage your future connected to this. And, it is a raging success, whatever it is. It could be a move, it could be an idea, it could be an opportunity, but the Six of Wands indicates success, leverage, you elevating in some way. It indicates an energy here of victory, of some of you, fame, stepping into the limelight, success, where you're in the public eye. It could also be an award or your reputation increasing in your industry. And look, it says here, rapid growth. Okay, because you got the Chariot card and the Six of Wands, I definitely say there's rapid growth here, but it's after a period of stagnancy or making you feel like nothing's happening right now. Suddenly, there is a flurry of activity where you're locked onto your goals, you are completing your tasks and responsibilities, and it may feel overwhelming or a lot, but I feel the rewards are worth it. And it says here, cardinal, new beginnings, rapid growth, fresh start. Now, for some of you, you may have only contemplated a fresh start. So it could be that right now you're in training to go into a different sector of whatever it is you work in, or some of you are just having a new role offered to you, or you're putting your resume out there to find alternative opportunities to expand on what you've accomplished so far. I see new status here for you. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, this could be that you're expanding your reach with clients, or where people see what you offer in terms of your talent. For some of you, if you sell creative endeavors that you create yourself, it could be that suddenly you're seeing a lot of people from overseas buy your products, for example, and it can be like you're going international. So I definitely see this new phase happening for you in a really positive way. But it actually says here, continuing the legacy, warmth, purity, for some of you, birth of a child. So perhaps if you're not giving birth to a child, it could be someone in your working environment is off, and that creates like a bit of a void, as it were, where other people have to pick up the slack. There may even be some support network offered in order to do that in the interim. But also it could be that you hear of a friend giving birth, or that they're pregnant, and this could coincide with some really good news for you. Okay, a lot of you also, there is an energy, if you've got a lot of hard work on at the moment, you may have to take a day off to either I'm getting two energies. One is like a day off to bring your child somewhere if you're a parent, for example. Now, we've got the Hangman energy there as well. There's nothing negative here. I want you to be aware of that, but it could be that perhaps it's like a pre-planned like meeting, like a parents' evening, for example. You may have to leave the office early if you work in an office, or you may have to stop work early wherever you work, basically. And you may have to factor that in. But also some of you may be like trying to get some time off work because you're going on a vacation with your child or your family, for example. So it could be that, this time away gives you an opportunity to lock on to the next stage of your growth in your career. I mean, it also says here vulnerable. Okay, so you could be looking at the vulnerabilities of the industry that you work in right now and really trying to secure your place in the industry that you work in, and either launch a new idea or a new way of working, or something that sets you apart from other people and secures your role and your position. Because I feel like you're going above and beyond in some area, and whatever it is that you're doing, I feel it helps you grow exponentially. It increases your leverage, is what I keep being given here. You're transcending something, and the Six of Wands is ultimate success. It means that you've influenced your career in a certain way where you step into the limelight, or you are recognized for all your gifts and talent. Now, of course, looking at the energy, there's no pentacles here. You do have precious gemstones, of course, precious minerals there. So I feel this is about you being an asset to any industry that you work in. But you must remember your value, okay? And if you are negotiating better terms, better contracts, better deals, remember your value and do not settle for second best. Now, we have the Ten of Swords there. So some of you, this could be a project or an endeavor coming to an end, and now you're like looking for new opportunities. If you are someone who is a freelancer, for example, this could be a very ripe time for you to look for opportunities, and where you before may have felt that there's a very sparse environment, suddenly there's a flurry of activity. In fact, I feel like you have a lot of opportunities to choose from, and you can pick and choose what is right for you. So that's really nice there as well. For some of you, this could be a client leaving, and you may feel a little bit like nervous or anxious. If you've dealt with someone for a while, you may feel that you're losing an ally or an asset. But what I see here is word of mouth. somehow this person puts you in touch with other people, other connections, or draws people attention to whatever it is that you do. So even if your person, if you deal with another company, for example, and they're closing down their company, it can be that, you know, they're going to point all their traffic towards you and really promote your work, because I'm really getting a sense of promoter here. A lot of you, this could be you, like marketing or promoting your work in some way. Do not undervalue yourself, keeps coming up there. But the Ten of Swords in this position actually means new start. Fresh new start, fresh new endeavor. This could be an idea. Now it is swords, so a lot of you could be connecting to the internet or utilizing a new computer software or program to help you expand your reach. For some of you, it could be that you are deciding to pool your resources and knowledge online. So it could be a course of learning, for example, where people download whatever it is that you know, your knowledge, and they could pay for that. It could be something that takes a lot of your time to shape, because if you think about the nature of precious gemstones, it's about shaping them. You know, when people find a gemstone in the earth, it's surrounded by like mud and soil and, you know, hard rock. So it's about chipping away at something, removing the excess. So a lot of you, because you have the Devil card, it could be that you are looking at your projects right now and removing the excess, the buildup, the overload, you know, administrative tasks, responsibilities. I feel like you don't want any distractions. Some of you could even like use music, because I'm seeing a musical note in the water. It could be that you're tuning in to your work, or maybe even listening to music to limit distractions, for example. But what I see here is like you're getting to the core of what adds value to your career, but also how you can increase your wealth. And I feel if some of you are deciding to sell your business, for example, I feel with the Devil card, there are going to be some cheeky offers. Some people who try to like devalue what it is that you're asking for, or try to ask for a discount. I feel like you are saying the price is the price. You know, I'm the best at what I do. This is a good offer. If you don't want it, go elsewhere, because I feel like you're going to go elsewhere. So if you're selling something, whether it's your business, whether it's your time, whether it is, you know, your talent, you're saying, I value who I am. And if you think that you can like underpay me, undervalue me, I'm going to take my services elsewhere. Now, it's not like a double bluff, because I feel like that person is going to be like, well, actually, I want what you've got. So they're going to pay for it. That's what I see there. Okay, so please apply it to your situation. It's going to be different for everybody. Some of you may have come to this reading and you're currently retired. I've mentioned about the 401ks and pensions there, but some of you, with the Hangman energy, you know, I feel this energy of like, as you've retired, you may have had some time to really think about what it is you like doing in your retirement. And some of you will discover like a passion for a creative endeavor or a project, or maybe you fix things or put things together. Okay, it's almost like I'm just being given this like Genesis energy of something that you've created, because the baby is to create. Could be like a passion project, because we have the Devil card there. It could be something that is literally your baby, that you're like, oh my gosh, I took so much care, time, diligence, and discipline on this, and actually people want to purchase it. So maybe it's something that you could have as a business. It doesn't have to be something that you've created, as in like molded with your hands. It could be something that you typed. It could be something that you wrote. It could be something that you sang. It could be something that you painted, or maybe even assembled, because I'm being given that as well. So please apply it to your situation. I see some retired people here looking at the energy. I see this energy of like pooling your resources and your talents and doing something that continues your stream of income. A lot of you, it could also be through passive income like real estate, but that's beside the by, because I just feel more than anything, it's a creative idea or something that you launch. Now, the Hangman, this is an interesting card, because it means you're looking at the sacrifices you make for, you know, your industry, for your financial goals, for your family. For some of you have responsibilities in the home space that you're taking into account at this moment in time. But some of you may feel that the industry you've been in, or, you know, your working environment, there's just been a bit of a lull where you just feel it's repetitive. You know, some of you may even seek new knowledge at this time, because the Hangman is to absorb new knowledge, or even have creative downloads, like sudden inspirational moments where you're like, oh, that would be a great idea. Maybe I could do that. It's different. It's maverick. maverick, it's bold. Listen to all of those left field ideas, because I feel when you run with them, they're going to be so successful and they set you apart. You're being guided to more opportunities. This is a time to release restrictions on anything that's been holding you back. So if you've been sitting on an idea or you've been a bit indecisive, this is a little nudge to say now is a time. Get moving. The time for creating, or the time for mulling it over, ruminating on it, is kind of over with that Ten of Swords. It says get moving. You know, this is your outcome energy. We've got the Chariot there. We've got the Six of Wands, which is a lot of success. And the Devil card can actually mean that you're passionate about something. You know, it reignites your spark, your kind of like joie de vivre. So I feel like you're leading with your passions on something. And I feel it's going to be very successful indeed, whatever it is. It actually is connected to a wish as well, because the Six of Wands can be a wish fulfillment. There's actually a genie's lamp on that. So I would say some of you look out for a symbol of a genie's lamp, because my guides are pointing at it. So it can be either a wish is fulfilled, or it can be a sign or symbol that what you've been wishing for and working super hard towards accomplishing is actually going to be achievable. Okay, now we have here the emerald. Okay, and I've got this really wonderful thank you so much. I'm so grateful. And what I'm seeing is like green. Of course, emeralds are green, but I'm being given this energy of like surrounding yourself with green. So some of you may have decided to purchase some things recently that have the color green, and this is like a money magnet. Okay, that's what I'm being given by my guides. But anyway, I'll move away from the energy. You're leading with your heart chakra, basically. This is about doing something that you love, and when you value that, that's when it attracts more wealth. But I will pull a card on money to see if I get anything regarding that, because the Six of Wands is good news financially. So I would say you are on a trajectory to increase, or you are like pooling your resources and setting up many different things that could bring in wealth, and eventually they will all take over. But you'll do some sort of like stock take where you look at what's working and what's not, and you're going to like discard anything that's really not yielding much right now, maybe put it on the back burner and then come back to it. A lot of you, you know, this could be you looking at tasks and responsibilities that you feel waste your time, drain your energy, because we have that devil card energy there. It could be that you find something that is more efficient to help you with that task or responsibility that you don't particularly like. So whether it's like a new kit, new tools, you know, a new computer software program, something helps you, you know, build stronger momentum, but also it streamlines your time. So you have more time off or more time with your family. Some of you, this could be you doing some sort of endeavor where you become more independent, okay? Because I feel a lot of you may be launching your own business, or if you're already an entrepreneur, it could be you finding a way to kind of like be more free or more independent. It's like you're buying back your time in some way. And time, of course, is the most important commodity of all. But we've got here like growth, soul restoration, peace, free flowing, heart chakra, and, you know, we've got reflection, rare. So I feel that you are a rare talent in your industry. Of course, there's lots of people who probably do similar things, but no one does it like you, okay? But also, I'm being given this energy. Some of you may actually leave a position in order to move into a new endeavor. And you may be a little bit nervous or worried at first, but actually, it's going to be awesome. You're going to wish that you made this move, this change, or launched something, you know, ages ago. But everything has divine order and timing, so the timing is right on that, and you're going to love the opportunity that comes your way, because there is some sort of news coming on in that highlights growth, progress, or moving forward, and some sort of milestone of success. Okay, now we do have the Devil card. That was the next card, I think. There, the Chariot card and the Devil card pretty much showed up together. So I feel, you know, this is about you moving forward on your passions, but also on a personal level, this could be like, you know, if there's some new changes in contracts, if a company that you work for is merging, for example, and this merger offers up new contracts, it means you nullify the contract that you signed before. So if you work for a company for years, for example, that's the end of its term. You know, when you sign that new contract, it's like you started on the day that you signed. So any benefits or rewards that were locked into a previous contract, they could change unless they're written into the new contract. So make sure that you, you know, get anything like renewed in a new contract if that's what you want. Some of you may decide to move based on this merger, but I do see a fresh new start is here for you. And it could be that there's some things changing or restructuring in the way that you work, no matter what industry you're in. And it can be that at first it creates some sort of frustration, or it kind of like feels like a bit of a interference, okay, with that devil card energy, but I feel it works out in your favor. I'm just going to pull a quick card on that devil energy for you, okay, because more than anything, I feel this is about you being disciplined with your time. Also, I feel, especially when it comes to your finances, the devil card and the chariot card is like you being careful with your finances and not, you know, excessively overspending. Some of you may be like purchasing a car as well, or it could be that you're pooling your resources to upgrade your car. I definitely see that you're going to be able to do that. It's not an excessive spend. I see you get a good discount on that, but be mindful and shop around, because there may be a car that you really love, but actually take it for a test drive, or make sure, you know, maybe even get a second opinion. I just get an energy here that with the Ten of Swords there and the Devil card, it could be overpriced for what it is, or there could be something that needs fixing on it that they've covered over. Okay, so that's something that's coming through there. We do have the Two of Swords. So this can be that something new is offered to you and you have to make a decision on it, and you're just a little bit nervous about making the wrong decision. But that Three of Wands tells me that you're in the right place at the right time and you're making great decisions, and trust your instincts. We got the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel some of you may be worried about finances at this time. Of course, there's a lot of fluctuation going on in the industries, and you know, there's a lot of changes there. But with that Six of Pentacles, I feel that there is an opportunity for you to have a small increase in your finances. I feel a lot of you are maintaining and sustaining, but there could be like some sort of raise with inflation for some of you. It could also be a small bonus coming on in, or a tip. You know, for some of you, if you connect to things like commission, there could be some like extra commission coming in, or rebate. I see something coming back to some of you. You know, the Six of Pentacles also means an unexpected surprise from the universe that you're going to be super happy about, and it tends to be financial in nature. So I would say that, you know, this is an opportunity that's going to show up for you. It's going to surprise you, and the universe is exhibiting some sort of generosity, reminding you that your hard work is paying off. So I feel when you make a decision on this sudden opportunity that comes in, I feel like you're going to realize it is the right decision. And I always say, if you have to make a major decision in life, imagine yourself in 10 years or 5 years time having taken each decision. You know, really feel what it feels like to have this opportunity over here. What kind of lifestyle does it afford you? What kind of opportunities? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about the work that it would entail? What do you see in your bank account after, you know, a long month or year's work? And then do the same for the other opportunity. There's going to be one of the opportunities that go, oh my gosh, that would be it. That would be the dream. Don't ever like put one dream to the side to take a safe route. Okay. It's always important, of course, to make sure that you do your due diligence. But I do see here that, you know, you are not taking second best. I feel like you are in pole position to take great opportunities. I don't see you taking risks. Okay, I just see you being really passionate about one opportunity over the other, and that's the one that wins. With the Chariot card, it indicates a very fast-paced energy to the end of May. Okay, I do see that you do have a lot on your plate, but the energy picks up pace. Some of you are literally tying up loose ends so you can go on a vacation. Okay, some of you may hear of some sort of move in your working industry. So it could be an office move or restructure, or maybe an a whole department move. Some of you, it could be that there's a change in location. If you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you are deciding to work elsewhere, or even be more nomadic. It could be that you're going overseas, for example. There's an energy here of you creating some sort of structure. Perhaps there's better financial opportunities abroad, and you could be looking at the legalities of how to put that in motion so you can reach your goals and, you know, really connect to saving a little bit more there. I mean, a lot of you with that Six of Pentacles, it tends to mean that, you know, you're making good financial decisions and that there is going to be an opportunity to save. It can also indicate that, you know, you are someone who tends to offer really great advice to other people regarding their career path and their money and all of those things. Make sure you don't forget about yourself and take some of your own advice as well, is what is coming in. But also, if you're owed money, for some of you with that Ten of Swords, you may have thought you'll never get it back, but I feel someone could come in and offer you like a small kind of like repayment plan, or like a small opportunity to pay back. It's going to be over time. It's not going to be all at once, but I do see that you do get your money back. Okay. Now the Chariot card literally means success. So I do see a lot of good stuff coming in here for you, a lot of progress because of your dedication. And the Six of Wands is to celebrate that. You're literally going to lead the way on something, or even leave the next coming weeks feeling really proud of yourself that you got a lot done. Okay. A lot of you, this is recognition for your achievements, whether your family are recognizing that, whether you're recognizing that, your boss, or even if you are an independent worker, it could be the people around you are noticing that you are the go-to person, the person who is a pro at what you do, and they just want to connect to you. We have yes, take action. We've got business. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. A lot of you, that business energy is about being your own boss, okay? Or even being like super organized. You know, I was given this energy of promoter so much. Did I write it down at the beginning? I don't think so. I'm just going to have a look and see what I wrote down, because certain images come to me. No, I didn't write down promoter, but I think I mentioned it in your reading about promoting your work, allowing it to be seen, because we do have promoter marketing, things like that. This is a great time for you to really shout about your skill set, or put yourself forward for opportunities to elevate in your industry, or even like launch something, you know, and get your message out there of whatever it is that you're doing. A lot of you could utilize the internet for that, of course, maybe even platform, you know, some sort of partnership with social media platforms or something like that that can help you elevate and rise. But it says, if there's a new idea or project manifesting, know that it has great potential for success. I mean, that was literally what your reading was about. And it says careers in the nightlife industry, events, or restaurant industry could also be right for you. So if you're contemplating that, this is something that could benefit you there. It doesn't have to be that industry, of course, but it highlights that, you know, you're very personable and you're someone who knows how to make an industry fun and have a good time. It says here, use the law of attraction for money. Be the energy you want to attract. That's why that green color came up there earlier. You've got the Seven of Cups about visualizing, connecting to the law of attraction, what it is that you want and you aspire to. So I feel this is a great time for you to tap in and move forward on your goals. We've got yes. So whatever it is that's your question right now, the answer is a really positive yes. You're making waves in your industry. It says whatever your question is, this is telling you to go for it. Do not procrastinate or wait to take the next step. Get ahead and just do it. You know, that came out in your reading as well. Nothing will change if you don't take action. Don't let the opportunity pass you by. And there is an opportunity coming in for you, something that is going to give you good news and help you elevate on your path. And we also have business. Okay, so it says here, do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You've got this. So if you're thinking about becoming your own boss or structuring a legal entity, for example, I would say don't shy away from it. Yes, it can be complex, but get the right advice and you won't misstep. You know, I feel this is something to protect your financial future if you're thinking about generational wealth or strategies, for example. And for some of you, it can be that you've been yearning to be your own boss. You're very creative. Maybe you want to launch something, you know, and see how it goes. I feel this is the time. Believe in yourself. Have confidence. Success will find you because you are locked onto something really special that has been a gift given to you, and you are kind of like developing it here. It says consider executive positions, becoming a CEO or anything in the corporate world as well. Okay, Six of Wands is a big strategy move if you do already work in a corporate field. If you don't, this could be a major artistic endeavor that sets you apart, puts you in a position to be seen in the public eye, for example, if you're creative. Could also be that you're going viral on something. Could also be that, you know, your status, but also your reputation is increasing and you are stepping into some sort of leadership position. It says elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results. And I definitely see you doing that. You're in a period of ruminating on something and expanding your reach. So I definitely am excited for you there. we have the butterfly, which is all about change. So this can indicate that you know there's change going on in your industry. If you think about the nature of the butterfly, you know, the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and it dissolves its sense of self. So some of you may have felt a little bit scattered recently. You're trying to really dig a little bit deeper into your sense of purpose and really connect to what it is that would transform your endeavors, your wealth, your bank account. So this butterfly, it's like when it emerges, because some of you are emerging after a period of ruminating on new ideas, this is you setting yourself up to fly, basically. Also, the butterfly can connect to networking or even to like second streams of income or even pooling your resources where you have many fingers and many pies, doing lots of things, flitting around there. Variety is the spice of life. And I love this for you. You have the ladybug, which is good luck and opportunity. This even may be something that you will see, either a real ladybug or ladybird, however you call it, or even like a logo for a company, or even like, some sort of video you may see, a reel with a ladybug on it or a stamp or something. You're going to see lots of ladybugs that highlight good luck is available for you to tap into. And I see some really great things are coming your way. Things are shaping up nicely, my guides just said. It may not feel like it right now. I see a lot of you exhausted and maybe even feeling a bit burnt out, but you are about to change and turn a corner on that, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Cancerians. Thank you so much, and love and light.